Welcome to USD 435 Update, and we have a treat for you today. We have some students in our video production class, and we're going to talk just a little bit about that class and where we hope to go with it. But first, before we get started on that, I'd like for each of these students sitting next to me to introduce themselves, tell me what grade they're in, maybe who their parents are, and I think we'll start out with that. All right, so Nick, you want to start?
My name is Nick Wright. I'm a senior here at the high school, and my parents are Bruce and Lisa Wright.
All right. All right.
All right. It's
yeah.
all right.
I'm Jaden Walters. I'm a senior here at the high school, and my parents are David and Jody Walters.
I'm Brandon Corder. I'm a junior at Abilene High School, and my parents are Eric and Cynthia Corder.
All right, good deal. Okay, now you guys are all in the video production class, and that is a new class this year, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and how many students are in that class? I'll just let you kind of pass the mic around for different questions. Nick, you can go ahead and start.
I think we have about 13 students in this first semester class.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what are some of the goals, or what are some of the things you're doing in that class?
Well, we pretty much decided we were going to have 3 goals for this class. So the first goal is to learn how to use the equipment. Obviously, this class is new, and so we want to learn how to work the cameras, how to build videos, how to make good content. The second thing is to provide for the community and for our school. So with that goal, we're doing promos for sports, for musicals, for anything in our community or in our high school. And then the third thing is to be creative, learn how to build good videos and create creative portfolios for ourselves. So when after high school, we can say, here's what we did, here's what I learned in high school, and go from there.
All right. So do you have any favorite productions that you've already done?
Working on the promos is really fun, but also the more individual stuff that we do as part of the curriculum we're working on is really fun. We make little short movies.
Okay. What is an example of a promo that you've done?
I've worked on football promos, just little 30-second ones that go on our YouTube page.
Okay. And how do we get to your YouTube page?
It's 5 Star Studios on YouTube, and it is also linked on the Facebook.
Perfect. All right.
And the Twitter.
Okay.
And the Twitter.
And the Twitter. All right. Okay. So, Nick, how do you go about starting a production and getting your ideas?
Well, it depends if it's we're talking about like a sports promo or one of our curriculum-based ones, because they both kind of start the same, but after that they both kind of differ.
What's the difference between the promo and the curriculum-based?
Well, they both start with storyboarding and kind of figuring out what your big goal is, trying to sell something or tell a story. But with say sports promos, we gather a list of shots or actions or the music that we're going for, which kind of shifts with the sport we're doing. And I forgot the rest of your question.
The difference between the promo and the curriculum.
Oh, well, the promos, they're
promo means promote, so I'm guessing.
Yeah, they're promoting
Okay.
our high school's activities and sports, which is to get more, public, I don't know, presence of what's going on at the high school, and so that's kind of a school and community service type deal, while the curriculum-based ones are more for our education with the class, which make our sports promos better later on, because we know better ways to shoot things or more creative ways. And
so a curriculum base is like an assignment
you're
getting from your instructor, who your instructor is.
Chris DeLay.
Okay, Mr. DeLay. He moved over here from middle school this year, so he's taking on the video production class and then also yearbook and the booster, correct? Okay. All right, so what's your favorite one been so far that you've been a part of?
I liked one of our first ones was our curriculum a project called Day in the Life of X, and you fill in your X. And I did mine over the day of a day in the life of a pen.
Like an ink pen?
Like an ink pen, yep,
Oh,
a
cool.
ballpoint.
All right. And so what did you learn about what a ballpoint pen goes through in a day?
That was a creative process because you can take. I mean, somebody in our class did a day in the life of a pickle, so it's definitely this. It's a nice creative outlet,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of us chose these abstract ideas, but definitely when we all watched them, we all really actually came towards this this goal because it also had to be completely silent. This
So
day in the life of, so we
no
had to show this.
sound.
We had to show this story
Okay.
of this inanimate object, but just visually.
That does take a little bit of creativity, doesn't it? So, was the pen just laying on the table, or?
Well, the
Doing all-
pen got thrown around and
Okay.
snapped in half.
Oh, okay.
There was some action.
All right. So, Jaden, what was your favorite video that you've been involved in so far?
Other than the challenge of the day in the life of an inanimate object, that was really fun, but I also really enjoy the sports promos. So the first one I did was a football promo. I had a lot of fun putting that together. I had somebody in our class who was really good at getting some footage, and so I had fun picking out all the action shots and the good music and putting it all together. It's actually kind of funny because this was the beginning of our process of 5-Star Studios. 5-Star Studios wasn't even our name at that point.
Okay.
And so we had limited equipment. We had one camera to use. I had to use my personal phone to make the video. Of course, I had a lot of fun doing it, but over time, we're wanting to get more equipment so that we can, make these things for our community and for our school instead of, having to
Use your phones. Huh?
Yeah, use our own equipment.
It is kind of interesting that about everyone has a video camera on there with them about all the time, don't they?
Right. So in the beginning, we did have to use our iPads and our phones to do those things. We ended up getting a camera, so that's been really nice. And we're just going to continue to hope to get more equipment to put out these promos and give services to our school and community.
All right. So how many students are in? You said 13.
13.
Yeah, about
So do
13.
you divide up different jobs for different students, or how do you determine who's doing what?
Well, a lot of the first things we did was individual-based activities with the curriculum, which wasn't really collaborative yet.
Okay.
And now we're really getting into this collaborative process, which right now we're doing commercials for AHS Stick 'em Up products,
Cool.
which we're really starting this collaborative process with these storyboarding and
Presenting ideas.
yeah, this like production team effort. We all came up with ideas, and we had a democratic voting process on which ones we'd actually do, and then we got job assignments on what the next step in the process, what we'd be doing, and you have to figure out ways to, you may have came up with the idea, but now you have to let somebody else take the reins and
Produce it.
be able to produce it in the way that you want, but not it being a nice collaborative process instead of.
Well, and you're not only collaborating within your class, but you're collaborating with AHS Stick 'em Up class as well.
Yes.
Which some of the viewers might wonder what that is. You want to kind of describe what AHS Stick 'em Up is so that they know what you're advertising for?
Yeah, AHS Stick 'em Up is run by Mrs. James here at the school. I think it's been around for a few years. It started with basic decals for your car, your windows, anything. Now they provide tumbler cups, personalized tumbler cups, T-shirts, lanyards, and so we're really trying. Oh, and car tags, license plates.
Yeah, license plates.
So we're trying to get that out there, try to promote those things for students to buy and for the community to buy. And so we figured that's a perfect collaboration for us with them. We're both providing a service, and we thought it'd be really good.
Yes, and last year I believe we did have a USD 435 update on the Stick 'em Up program. So if you want to look back in the previous recordings, you can learn more about that.
Yeah.
So, What else would you like to share today about the video production class? What do you think our community would like to know about your video production class?
Well, I think we know next semester we're going to keep trying to get new equipment to produce more things to give out to the community and the school. So we're really excited about next semester. And then you can find all our videos on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook at 5 Star Studios. We have over 100 views on all of our videos, which is
really? That's
really
awesome.
exciting to know that the stuff we're putting out and putting our hard work into is being viewed and enjoyed by the community. So that's really good.
So if you go to Abilene-Schools.org, can you get to your YouTube channel that way?
I
Yeah.
guess it's on the front page.
Yeah,
Okay.
we usually have one video at least on the front page of our AbileneSchools.org
follow that
website.
Okay.
So you can find our current video right now. I think it's Bye Bye Birdie, the promotion for that. And we usually have our sports videos up on that page too. So
Okay.
I actually produced that video.
Yeah, so
yeah,
why don't you
Nick
talk
produced that
about
video.
that? That's coming up.
Well, by the time this comes out, I think the musical had already gone by. But I did get the opportunity to produce the musical promo for Bye Bye Birdie, which is great and convenient because I'm in the video productions class and I'm the title role in Bye Bye Birdie. So that was a lot of fun because Mr. DeLay really gave me the creative
Latitude
to really take this idea of what the promo wanted to be and really control every aspect of it. I figured out what shots I wanted to do. I did all of them, and then I got to edit it all and with my vision what's going on, which was great because I didn't really know how to use iMovie on the computer, which was challenging at first, and then once I got the hang of it, it was
Not
too bad after that. It was a lot of fun, and then it gave me a finished product that I can bring back and watch and put on creative resumes and.
Sorry about that. Is there anything else that you'd like to add? Any of you? Okay, well, we are looking forward to seeing what else you guys come up with and your creativity, and best of luck as you decide what your futures hold outside of Abilene High School. And I want to thank you for being on the program. And as always, it's a pleasure to visit with the students at Abilene High School and hear about what they're doing. So I believe that's all we have for this section of USD 435 Update.
Are you frustrated with Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? It happens when you don't have Boost, the cutting-edge Wi-Fi solution from Eagle Communications. A Boost-certified Eagle technician maps your home, then installs a dual-band modem and router, plus discrete access points to deliver wall-to-wall Wi-Fi with no dead zones. Boost powers all your family's devices in all the places you love to live. Get Boost. Wi-Fi made simple. Only from Eagle Communications. Call today.
At Eagle Communications, we deliver what matters to your business. Our services are fast, reliable, secure, and competitively priced, giving you more value for your hard-earned business dollar. With Eagle Communications, you're not just another number, you're part of our business family. And we deliver peace of mind with local technicians who provide dedicated system monitoring and support. Connect to something better. Call Eagle Communications, and let's talk about what matters to your business.
Welcome back to USD 435 Update, and we're doing the second half of our program today. And I have with me Mr. Will Burton. He is one of the busiest guys around, and although I think this week maybe you have a bit of a reprieve.
A little quieter this week.
As some of the fall sports have wrapped up and we're getting ready and getting prepared for the winter sports. What's going on with the winter sports, and give us a synopsis of the fall sports and how things went.
Okay. Well, with the fall, we've just, this past Saturday, we completed the last of our fall athletic events by having the state cross-country meet in Wamego. Sydney Burton was our lone qualifier for that, and she placed 33rd. In girls tennis this fall, we had 3 state qualifiers, a doubles team of Kylie Cope and Cheyenne Olberding, and then Kaylin Beswick, a senior, she got 6th place in the state as a singles player. And the team as a whole were regional runner-up. So they had a really good season this year on a girls tennis program. An inexperienced volleyball team had a good season at 26-12 and earned the first seed at sub-state. Unfortunately, we didn't make it to the state tournament, but still a strong season was had. So all of our fall sports have wrapped up right now. We're in a transition period, and with that, Scholars Bowl has started their competitive season. It's kind of late fall into winter start for their competition. Our JV Scholars Bowl team took second at Concordia a week ago, and just a couple days ago our varsity team went 7-0 and won the Minneapolis tournament. So we've got about 30 kids competing in Scholars Bowl, and they're off to a great start.
And you said that will go in through the winter.
Their regional or sub-state for Scholars Bowl will be the first week of February. So the state tournament goes all the way into mid-February, and we're going to be hosting a regional Scholars Bowl again this year. So we hosted last year.
Tournaments on Saturdays, or
a lot of the Scholars Bowl tournaments are just in the evenings during the week. So usually a 4 or 5 o'clock start on those.
All right.
So
if people are interested in helping with the Scholars Bowl, do you need workers for that, or?
We host our Invitational here later in the month, and Mr. Wilkins has done a nice job of finding workers for those.
Very good.
And then I will go over that pool and try and come up with what we need for our regional workers. We're very blessed in our community to have people that are loyal to Scholars Bowl and enjoy it, and want to keep doing it. So it makes my job pretty easy on that, because they're good at what they do. So that makes it a lot easier. With that transition period that we talked about between fall and winter sports, we have our annual Cowboy Joe Candidate Week. So, most schools across the state have a homecoming king. We do not. We have Cowboy Joe, long-standing, unique tradition to Abilene High School, and that will be starting this week. The traditional parties will be Monday and Tuesday. We're having the extreme volleyball game for boys on Wednesday at 3:30. On Thursday at 4:30, we will have the Powder Puff game for the junior and senior girls. Those two events, the extreme volleyball and the Powder Puff, were sponsored by the Student Council. And then the Cowboy Joe Dance, we're on an abbreviated week because November 10th we don't have school. So the Cowboy Joe Dance is actually going to be on Thursday, November 9th from 7 to 10 at the middle school. So
when you see driving down Buckeye, the sheets that say Cowboy Joe or somebody for Cowboy Joe.
So and so for Joe.
Yeah, that's our tradition.
That's our tradition. That's right. And not being an Abilene High School graduate, I don't know that I still fully grasp that tradition, but it is well embedded and definitely unique to our community. We're so proud of our large number of kids that are involved in the musical this year. We had Bye Bye Birdie for our production this past Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. When you think about the large number of kids that were involved in that, just not on the acting side, but also with the stagecraft side, with our new theater construction class. So we had kids that worked with their hands in traditional woodworking shop in helping build the sets. You've got the pit orchestra people, so we're bringing in the instrumental perspective. And then I think Mrs. Wiley said we have 12 kids that are stage crew during the show that are helping with the lights and the curtains and the nuts and bolts of the show to make it happen. So a large number of people involved, and that's just...
Do you have a number? No, I watched the production, and the stage was full of all the kids. I 40.
I think we're 50, over 50 with 50? Cast and crew total, and it could be more amazing with the theater construction classes.
And the production was amazing. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. The kids put in. We got a lot of talented kids. The singing that went on was fantastic, and the dancing, and so it was a great production.
I would agree, and just the broad spectrum of things we've already talked about, from volleyball, football, cross-country, athletic type things, to Scholars Bowl for our academic inclined, to our arts performance with the musical, is just, it's a good thing. I mean, we have a lot of diversity in what we offer, and we have a lot of kids that are taking advantage of it. So,
and a lot of talented kids.
And a lot of talented kids.
Talented kids.
Something new that's coming up, totally new. On November 18th, the Kansas State High School Activities Association is having their first ever cheer competition.
Oh, that's right.
And the Abilene High School Cheer Squad is going to participate in that. They've been working the coaches and participants have been working really hard to get ready for this. It's called Game Day. And the thing that the Activities Association liked about this competition is it doesn't ask them to do anything that they wouldn't do at a normal sporting event. So it's a little different than what you see on ESPN, where they're doing all the tumbling and gymnastic routine things. There still is stunning and the things that we do, but it's all supposed to encompass what does a cheer squad do on a normal game night in order to affect the crowd. So there are 3 sections in that tournament. There's a fight song section, a crowd leading section, and a band dance section, and each of those is about 1 minute long. And I think it's going to be a very intense day on November 18th. But you know, if you've been to our events and you see how much how good our cheer squad is, I think they are going to compete just fine and represent Abilene really well.
Yeah,
at
they
this
do
event.
a fantastic job. And the nice thing about our cheer section is they're just constantly going. I mean,
They don't
even
stop.
sometimes when the score isn't necessarily the way we want it to be, the cheer squad is still bringing the audience in, and they're still working with the student body, and they just do a tremendous job. And how many students do we have involved in cheer?
I believe we're around 24
Okay.
between football, basketball, and wrestling squads.
And they are practicing almost as much as a athletic sport.
They're at least 3 days, if not 4 days a week,
Okay.
where they practice.
So it's becoming a real athletic event for these kids. And
It is.
So.
And then when you look at the level of stunning and performing that they do, you know, they work hard. It's not just memorize a few chants. They work extremely hard.
Yes, they do.
And then those are our transitionary things.
Okay.
On November 13th is going to be the start of winter sports season with practices. So girls basketball, boys basketball, wrestling all get kicked off. And by November 30th, we're having our first competition for winter activities when we host Walmigo. So it's hard to think that we're already into November, and it's even more difficult to realize how fast November 30th is going to come.
Yeah, it will get here really fast. We're already through 9 weeks, so a quarter of our school year, and it feels like we just started.
It does feel like we just started,
But,
so this
we're
fall
well
went
on the
quick.
way. Yeah. All right, anything else to add, Mr. Burton?
Nope, thanks for the time.
All right, well, thank you for everything you do. You're one of the busiest guys I know, and the best event coordinator in the land. So
When you have good
appreciate
people helping, it
everything you
makes it
do.
all work well.
Appreciate everything you do. That's all we have for the second portion of USD 435 Update. Thank you for tuning in.